catch you think, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Fucking that bitch for the day, ay. But she cannot stay in the way. I grip on the stick then I spray. Sipping hot till like it's lemonade. And I told Shawty it's okay. And I told Shawty it's okay. Yeah, Shawty it's okay, you know I'm fucking cool. Get a lot of motherfucking cash, then I spend it all on drugs. Feeling like screw, swimming through the money like a pool. I'm cold, all of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning box like shots, option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. All of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning box like shots, option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Hold on, little shawty, take all my love. Hopping in the coupe, we gon' fly like a dove. I'ma have you screaming out, oh my God. Got you screaming out, sounding like you letting all your demons out. Hold on, love, shawty, get the scheming now. Hey, slow down with me, come go down with me. Hold on, love, shawty, touch toes now for me. Do everything that you love now for me. I don't really care about love now, my love. I don't really care what the price is on. Say I don't really care what the price is on. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me.
velvet. Outside marshmallow white. In the back of the club, no one catching my vibe. Look at my eyes, oh, it never lie. Hop on the ride, off on the side. Run up the bag and repeat. I don't know more with no cleats. Don't check a bonnet on top of me. Don't check a bonnet on top of me. I had to run it up quick. I had that dog on my hill. Run like I'm
surrounded by mommies. Gra, gra, she my Glocky like a Tommy. All that bullshit that you talking so beyond me. I'm really beyond that shit. Check out the shit on my wrist. My pinky ring, give it a kiss. I just smell the codeine when I piss. I'm a star, so come make a wish. The watch scale like a fish. So walking a small bit of trish. I'm a witch on my shot of your witch. Bitch, I'm dripping like dick cause I'm up. I be fucking the bucks. Pulling up to your girl to a slide. I be gripping and squeezing the butt. Yeah, no I hit. Charlie, she wicked and thick. We making movies flick. Pop up wishes like I'm quick. Feeling like a wizard. I got sticks up in this whip. Ayy. I'm a wizard with this walk, I'm a wizard with this Glock. Hop in a whip, then I ride off. Magic Club, knock his top off, yeah. Make a bird disappear like a wizard and maybe magician. Know that I'm off this beam for real, I can't feel my face, I be tripping. No, my city never gonna lie to me, she lost, so I'm never tripping. She told me put down the lean, I promise I'm gonna start sipping. Still, codeine in my stomach, oh, I'm never getting sick. 25, 30 some in the club. Then I pal like 4 to 5 hoes in the whip. Pick up my like any money mo. Then I hit like a wizard. I got sticks up in this whip. Ayy. I'm a wizard with this flock. I'm a wizard with this clock. Hop in a whip, then I ride off. Magic Club, knock his top off. Feeling like a wizard. I got sticks up in this whip. Ayy. I'm a wizard with this flock. I'm a wizard with this clock. Hop in a whip, then I ride off. Magic Club, knock his top off, yeah.
Hey Zooey, you got
All of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without twists on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. All of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without twists on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Fucking that bitch for the day, ay. But she cannot stay in the way. I grip on the stick, then I spray. Sipping hot tea like it's lemonade. And I told Shawty it's okay. And I told Shawty it's okay. Yeah, Shawty it's okay. You know I'm fucking cool. Get a lot of motherfucking cash, then I spend it all on drugs. Feeling like screw. Swimming through the money like a pool. I'm cold. All of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. All of her cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, no. I don't even catch you think, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Hey Zooey, you got
I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Hold on, little shawty, take all my love. Hopping in the coupe, we gon' fly like a dove. I'ma have you screaming out, oh my God. Got you screaming out. now. Sounding like you letting all your demons out. Hold on, love, try to get the scheming now. Hey, slow down with me, come go down with me. Hold on, love, try to touch toes now for me. Do everything that you love now for me. I don't really care about love now, my love. I don't really care what the price is on. Say I don't really care what the price is on. Hey, I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. I'ma be for real, baby, you're what I need. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Life without you is like poison to me. Surrounded by mommies. She my Glocky like a Tommy. All that bullshit that you talking so beyond me. I'm really beyond that shit. Check out the shit on my wrist. My pinky ring, give it a kiss. I just smell the codeine when I piss. I'm a star, so come make a wish. The watch scale like a fish. Sit walking a small bit of trish. I'm a witch, I'm a shot of your witch. Bitch, I'm dripping like dick cause I'm up. I be fucking up bucks. Pulling up to your girl to a slide. I be gripping the streets in the butt. Yeah, no I hit. Shawty, she wicked and thick. We making movies flick. Pop up wishes like I'm quick. Feeling like a wizard. I got sticks up in this whip. Ay. I'm a wizard with this walk. I'm a wizard with this Glock. Hop in a whip, then I ride off. Magic club, knock his top off. Yeah. Make a bird disappear like a wizard and maybe magician. Know that I'm off this beam for real. I can't feel my face, I be tripping. No, my city never gonna lie to me. She lost, so I'm never tripping. She told me put down the lean. I promise I'm gonna stop sipping. Still, codeine in my stomach, oh, I'm never getting sick. 25 wizard, I got sticks up in this whip, ayy. I'm a wizard with this flock, I'm a wizard with this clock. Hop in a whip that I ride off. Magic clip, knock his top off. Feeling like a wizard, I got sticks up in this whip, ayy. I'm a wizard with this flock, I'm a wizard with this clock. Hop in a whip, then I ride off. Magic clip, knock his top off, yeah.
Hey Zooey, you got
Oliver Cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without twists on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, ay. Oliver Cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without twists on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, ay. Fucking that bitch for the day, ayy. But she cannot stay in the way. I grip on the stick, then I spray. Sipping hot tip like it's lemonade. And I told Shawty it's okay. And I told Shawty it's okay. Yeah, Shawty it's okay. You know I'm fucking cool. Get a lot of motherfucking cash, and I spend it all on drugs. Feel like screw. Swimming through the money like a pool. I'm cold. Oliver Cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, ay. Oliver Cash, I'm mighty off the meds. I cannot sleep without tools on my bed. Spinning bottles like shots option out for fast. They call me boys, I'm sipping that red that drink. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, no. I don't need catch you think, ay.
All right, here we go. I didn't have the shit on. Anyway, yo, what's up? Very random stream. It doesn't look like YouTube sent out any notifications. So, what is the conversation for today? No trolling? Like, no trolling? I just really think the anime gaming community is cooked. Now, hear me out. This is one of those discussions that I'm not rage baiting, and I'm not just saying this just to say it. But I truly believe that we're at a point now where anime games aren't going to get better unless two things happen. The vast amount of people who are playing anime games vastly increases. Like, if we seen 100% increase on the worst anime games and it scales up to the best anime games, then this conversation would be different. So, as an example, if on the low end, if a game that's struggling to get 500,000 is getting like 1 million plus, okay, cool. But it's never been a sales problem. That's not the problem that anime games have. Anime games have a content problem. This problem was okay back in the early 2000s because anime games compensated for this low amount of content with frequent releases. If you play Dragon Ball Z Budokai, after about 20 hours, you probably unlocked everything. You played with friends, got good at the game. That was a pretty good year. But imagine if you had to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and that was the only Dragon Ball Budokai that you can experience. At some point, you'll lose your damn mind. Crazy thing, however, is that I had that experience. So, hear me out. Believe we got a GameCube sometime in 2004, 4. And one of the first games we had on the GameCube was Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I remember we had Budokai, The Hobbit, Wario World, and I believe Luigi's Mansion. I believe we had 5 games. And I often played these games, didn't know what the hell I was doing. So the first one that I beat was Budokai. Now when I played Budokai, I enjoyed it. The Dragon Ball story's fun. No problems whatsoever, right? But when I beat the game, got maybe a 1 or 2 breakthroughs to the characters. Now, this was a time where you didn't know everything the game had to offer because, well, people weren't sitting there reading through a bunch of Neo Seeker forums / GameFAQ forums. They existed, but I didn't have that at my constant disposal. Computer time was sacred time because if you had computer time, you were the privileged ones. So, yeah, there was no way I knew what to look for this. So I just didn't know. Fast forward a couple years later. Finally got to try Budokai 2. Budokai 2 was so great. Now, Blockbuster used to be a store that existed, and apparently they're making a comeback. But regardless, we had rented Budokai 2 for the GameCube for a week. I don't know how long, maybe that's how long it was. When I tell you this game was vastly better, I was geeking off of this game. Yes, Budokai 3's there, but I often regarded Budokai 2 as just that game that was just so much better. I tried Budokai 3 one time, randomly, at a family friend's house. Went on the PlayStation 2, played Budokai 2. I thought that shit was gas. I meant 3. I thought that shit was gas. Never played it again. Because I had to continuously play Budokai 1. And after deleting the data, replaying a game, unlock all the characters, do the challenges once or twice, repeat it endlessly, because also in those days, when you needed to play a new game, you had to delete your old data so that you could play the newest game. What would happen is I would be stuck in an endless loop playing the same goddamn game. And it wasn't like I was a speedrunner. You would have said that to me, I would have been like, what's a speedrunner? What, yo? But, and I did this with Wario World. I did this with The Hobbit. I did this with Luigi's Mansion. I did this with Mario Sunshine. I did this with Zelda. Yeah, Wind Waker. But Wind Waker was a little different. What up, Fargo? There were some games that I wouldn't delete the data. Smash Brothers Melee. That was a huge one. I would play the game, after a while, delete the data, do it all over again. Shut up and hop on JJK Wave, Chud. Shut up, bull. Now, the crazy thing is, I'm saying all this to say, I'll be the first one to say, I know the experience of playing the same game for years. And guess what? It's not fun. Sure, a year, maybe a year and a half, cool, whatever. Now, between this time, I was able to play other Dragon Ball games. Dragon Ball Z Sagas, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I've had portable Dragon Ball games. I played Boo's Fury, Legacy of Goku 2, 1, the Dragon Ball GT Transformation. I even have Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors, and I played a plethora of Pokemon games. But I bring this shit up to basically say, hey, look, the biggest problem in the anime gaming space. One second. The biggest problem in the anime gaming space is that the format has not evolved. The format is essentially what I did as a child. I didn't have a choice, and I was play the same game for years. That same format, several years. I wasn't an FGC Pro. I wasn't any of that. I was playing these games hyper casually because the amount of times I redid the events just to be able to play it casually with siblings is insane. So then the format now is literally new game comes out. Bandai says, oh, or any company says, oh, money. Season 2 comes out a year later. No significant changes, no new mechanics added to the game via DLC. Third DLC pack. You asked the question, any significant changes to the mechanic? No. If it's a fighting game, they might do X, Y, Z, but no. These anime games do not get significant updates. They get characters to push out DLC so they can make money, and then they repeat it. And then after so many years, you either get a brand new game or they ditch that game. And the problem with this format is that it's not evolving anime games. It's essentially making them cash cows. But this in turn affects the community, because unless there is a community built around these games, you start to kill off the people who, at least back in the day when there was releases very often, those people look forward to the next game. Oh, this game is shit. They could probably improve on it. Second game. Oh, this is way better. Third game. Oh shit, this is legendary. Legacy of Goku 1 objectively is the worst Legacy Goku game. Legacy Goku 2 is often regarded as significantly better, and it did a really good job of fixing whatever the fuck they did in the first game. And Boo's Fury, depending on who you ask, is often regarded as the best type of game, but it gets regarded as being easier. Take Lambo off your thumbnail and pick a corny character like Hibari. Shut up. So, with that in mind, I just lost track. But basically, what I'm getting at is that when you give a game a chance to have releases that are significantly faster, they tend to perform better. Now, it's no secret that Dragon Ball games within the last 5 years, 5 to 7 years, have done pretty decently. Fighters, Xenoverse 2, Kakarot. But why is this the case? Is it because the anime's popular? No. Actually, contrary to popular belief, that's not why. And if that was the case, then every anime sales would be significantly higher. One Piece games would objectively sell the same or more as Dragon Ball games. So popularity does not dictate how many sales will be made. Popularity dictates how many people are aware of a franchise. How recognizable is your IP? And the more recognizable it is, the more chances that it can get exposure to then get sold. But see, that's the problem. While anime itself is becoming more and more known and people are adding their own, anime shouldn't be like this, anime shouldn't be like that, because as you get more normies, people start complaining about small things that has nothing to do with the story, and then sooner or later you have a bunch of freaking dumb re-arts in the community. And quite frankly, once you start having a bunch of normies, sure, you could make more money, but it does start to ruin things. Anime getting more popular does not help the anime gaming community. Anime games establishing communities is what get games more popular. That's it. Now, some animes can help get more people excited and thus create a cult following, but now that you destroyed the foundation that allowed that to happen for some of the iconic series, it's much rare for it to happen. My Hero Academia All's Justice comes out next month, and based upon how the anime community has been responding to it, you would think this game was still like a year out from now. That game comes out roughly a month from today. You know what all the anime gaming channels are excited for? The Dragon Ball event at the end of the month, because they said there was going to be an anime game reveal. But see, that's the problem. The anime community doesn't give a damn about anything outside of the big three or major series. And if it's One Piece, it's a mixed bag too. So they really only care about Dragon Ball, Naruto, and major series. When Hunter x Hunter got a video game, it was exciting for all but 2 seconds, and we saw that shit and yeah, kept moving. What was wrong with that game? Well, I'll tell you what was wrong with that game. A game being competitively viable in a space where the fans are a mixed bag is a red flag. Let me put it like this, okay. There's people out there that have food allergies constantly. You'll hear somebody, oh, I'm allergic to nuts. I'm allergic to dairy. If I eat that, I'm going to be pooping up a storm, whatever. Anime games are kind of like a mixed bag, because unless you know your core target audience completely, you are essentially throwing it out to the wolves and hoping that it flows correctly. The Hunter x Hunter game didn't flow correctly. That game crashed and fucking burned. Now I'm on YouTube and I am going to search up the Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact game. And I can guarantee the people who are going to be playing this game that pops up are going to be FGC guys. So I'm going to look who been posting for the last, last week, okay? So we have a video from somebody called Dr. Zool, but that is a fighting game retrospective. Another person said Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. They said it was bad, and this is his first day playing. But essentially, the people who are playing are like nobody YouTubers. You have somebody that doesn't even have 100 subs. They're some of the main people playing this game. Why is that? Because the game lost the core people that it was trying to target. Like, but I tell you what, and this is the part that people disagree with. But had this been an arena fighter with simpler and fun controls, graphics, people would have been glazing it. On one hand, the anime community is very simplistic. No matter how much they try to claim that they're so sophisticated, no. Hancho Bull said it best. Well, he agreed with it, but the point was, anime games are kind of like the ball and gun gamers. They essentially play this slop. They complain about a certain type of anime game, but that is the main anime game they play. Arena fighters. Oh, arena fighters. Now, this sophisticated fighting game, not really sophisticated, that came out, let's look at another anime game called Naruto Shinobi Striker. This game came out in 2018. I think this game is complete garbage. I tried it too many times. I don't like it. It is boring. I don't see why people could play it, but I've seen people build themselves up off of this game. There are more people. Okay, there are people still posting Shinobi Striker and they're getting more views than the other folks. Ernie Burns had posted. Maurice the Beast. I kind of like what he did there, but that was lame. And that also looks kind of like AI, so he lost me. So Hiroto and Ernie Burns are like some of the people who posted within the last week. Also, AI user Hidden Rose. Anyway, the point that I'm making was that an anime game that came out 6, 7, 8 years ago is getting more attention in a weekly posting than a game that didn't even come out a year ago. And then in that same regard, we got a different type of problem. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out October of 2024. And in that time frame, a lot of major content creators came out of nowhere to make content for the game. But as of today, outside of your major content creators, there is nobody making content for this game in the same regard. We got one person by the name of Teriyaki DB who's making content. I've seen this person's channel pop up and they've been getting some interesting views. What's up, Six World? What up? But the vast majority of these people that's posting Sparking Zero content, it's garbage. Now again, this game is still getting more views than Hunter x Hunter, and that's thanks to your mods. And it's also Dragon Ball. But the point that's also being had here is the big three, the major animes, are going to get attention. Hunter x Hunter, despite being a major anime, okay, and a manga, despite people glazing the fuck out of Togashi, telling us Togashi's the bro, people, he getting 1 million plus impressions on Twitter when he posts his manuscript saying, yo, working on the manga, right? Because people like Hunter x Hunter, the manga, but Hunter x Hunter hasn't had video games. Which means You try to market this video game to a certain clientele, sure. But guess what? Even though that may be the case, those people are not going to entertain it long term, because your first group of people that are going to interact with a Hunter x Hunter video game are anime casuals. So when you make a game that is focused on being FGC, you already lost people. It becomes a niche product because the barrier to entry for people to play is lowered. It's, for instance, right? This is a very simple way to look at it. This is kind of insane what I'm about to say, okay? You go to the store. There is a boys and girls section. You have boy clothes and girl clothes. Prior to going to the store, you say you want to go to the store for clothes. You're a guy. Once you see that sign that says boys, it restricts the amount of clothes you have that's accessible to you. Now, it further restricts it down if you can only wear extra large. Now it just makes it harder to find clothes that are a match for you. That is anime games. Some anime games have a really popular series, have a really simple but broad genre that multiple people could get into. And when they do that, it tends to do well. I'm not a fan of Sparking Zero, but I can tell you the reason why Sparking Zero did well is because it had a fan base of Dragon Ball heads, and it had a fan base of people who wanted to play BT3, and it also is a super popular series. Even though One Piece is a super popular series, One Piece games are typically shit, and majority of its fans for the longest came from Japan. The super core fans, Japan. You try getting into One Piece in the early 2010s, you were watching sub. It took them such a long time to dub. People often blame the 4Kids dub as to why One Piece took so long to pop off in the West. But why is it considered the big three if that statement is also true? So it's like, if there was ever a case of what's the big three, but then people also say that One Piece, it took them a long time to pop off, but the big three came out in the either late 90s or the very early 2000s. Naruto 98, Bleach 2001, One Piece 97. I don't shop in a woman's clothing store, but the point is that certain games is gonna acclimate, like it's gonna connect with certain people. Even though Pirate Warriors isn't getting 10, 20 million copies sold, Pirate Warriors 4 has become the most successful One Piece game, assuming no other One Piece game that came out within the last 10 years is on its level. They had told us back in February of 25 that Pirate Warriors 4 sold 4 million. And the series itself has sold 8 million in total. Then, just recently, they announced that One Piece Pirate Warriors series sold 10 million plus copies. Now, the only accessible Pirate Warriors game that's out right now is Pirate Warriors 4, arguably Pirate Warriors 3. So it could be the case that Pirate Warriors 4 just gained another 1 million to 2 million copies sold. The reason why Pirate Warriors 4, more so, sold much more than the other series is because Bandai, it's the only game they threw in people's face for the last couple years for One Piece that A, is the most casual, which allows the most amount of people to play it. And 2, because One Piece started to get more popular within the last couple years. And another point, Bleach Rebirth the Souls, the amount of hate and excitement it got only further proves my point that the reason why people aren't excited for My Hero Academia All's Justice in the same regard they are for Bleach Rebirth the Souls is because My Hero was a very small series. Yeah, the manga has sold over 100 million circulation. And yeah, sure, its final season was really exciting. But those people who are watching My Hero, are they gamers? And again, popularity doesn't translate to more copies sold. And we didn't hear any crazy reports of the Once Justice 2 series selling crazy copies, which means for all we know, people may not even know these games exist. But then, Bandai tends to do a bad job at marketing these games unless they're the major anime games. See, Bleach Rebirth the Souls didn't have a crazy budget, but it turns out it probably should have got a higher budget, because I saw a post on Twitter and somebody's like, I didn't even know Bleach had this game, and they're in Japan. And then on another thing, they did demo plays and stuff, but they didn't let anybody in America get a chance to try the game. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. But even then, all that shit considered, more people were hyped about Bleach and talking about it than they were about My Hero Academia. And it doesn't make sense. Now, how does this translate to the anime gaming community is dead? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Most people in the anime gaming community all try to do the same fucking thing. Number one, right? Okay. You start an anime gaming channel tomorrow. What is the absolutely first thing you think you would do? Well, I tell you what I think the first thing somebody would do. They would start posting matches of them boxing, fighting people in other areas. It's a fair thing. Just today alone, right? We're probably not going to be able to find, right? So the first thing you would see is people posting gameplay matches. The other thing, and a much more disturbing thing, that at one point there was more people doing it and then they kind of calmed down, was just reposting trailers. And with this reposting, people were trying to be the first, or people would clickbait the fuck out of it. Now, no hate or anything to slow plays or people who do it, but now the grift is, you take every anime game, even if you like or don't like the series, and you post the trailer on your channel. Now, up until this point, the only person that got a pass and it was A-OK was PS360. We knew sometimes you'll miss the anime gaming trailer. He'll post it. But I don't recall him ever putting official trailer, all that stuff, right? The clickbait meta. And there's like 3-4 different channels that does the same thumbnail setup, right? So the first reason why the anime gaming community is dead is that no way in hell do we have multiple channels that have to essentially copy the same meta to get views. Clickbait use the IGN trailer meta where they have the box where it says official trailer or whatnot. I could easily find 3-4 other YouTubers who's doing the same meta. It's disgusting. disgusting. But that's the anime gaming community. Then when you start to ask the question, yo, how come there's not any unique anime gaming channels? Because then the secondary problem to that is, well, anime is a broad term for Japanese animation. Games, it's a broad term. Put them together, anime games is still a broad term for an aesthetic looking game. It sounds crazy, but Naruto games and anime Naruto games are anime games, but anime games are not Naruto games. Like, duh, right? Anime games could be Genshin Impact, anime-esque characters, but no. Because the truth is, it's anime IP games that we consider anime games, while technically speaking, Code Vein is an anime game. We don't consider it that, but that's what it is. So just looking up anime games, you're not going to see anime games Naruto, anime games Dragon Ball. No, because that's not how it works. So then, in the anime gaming community, when you kind of realize this, what's another anime game that's out right now? One Piece, but nobody plays that. So let me look up My Hero Academia All is Justice. So within the last I'm just searching, right? I'm gonna put this week. Yaya's uploaded. Ashra 6 is uploaded. Oh, Draco's back. W. But the slow plays meta of posting the trailer. Okay. Again, example. Why do N-words have to copy each other to get views? This is literally the same thumbnail, right? Look, if I could rob a bank and not get convicted and even get exonerated, and they're like, nah, you're good, you would rob the bank. If you were told tomorrow you can rob the bank and you won't get sent to jail, if they catch you, they'll say it's okay, buddy, and everything's good, you would rob the bank. So, if a person's going to copy another person and it works, they're going to continue doing it and make it their own thing. But that's not YouTube. At that point, you're just running you're running shit just for money. And those guys can be excited or genuinely enthusiastic about YouTube, but my opinion is that if you have to copy somebody in that regard, you don't care about YouTube from a passionate standpoint. You care about YouTube from a monetary standpoint. And again, that's okay, but if I ever hear any of these people talk about YouTube from a passionate standpoint, yeah, bro, that's not showing. You don't do anything to make unique thumbnails. You don't do anything to create a brand for yourself. Only thing that's being done is you're trying to get views, money, and by extension, subscribers. But that's not just a certain amount of people problem. That's the anime gaming problem. The community is out for themselves. I want to ask you, when's the last time you seen somebody who had come up from anime games collab with each other that's not a part of the Rhyme Style, C-Reacts, Afro Senju clique of people? When's the last time you seen two figures that have over 10,000, 20,000 do a collab with each other? It doesn't happen that often. And I searched up My Hero all is justice just to prove that there's a severe lack of people talking about this. But is it going to be like this when the game comes out? This man, what's this whole ass man name? Is the Black Hokage?
Surprise! It's an Arena 3D brawler that dumbass anime gaming community are gonna say is different from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's different from the.
I ain't gonna lie, bro just got a hate boner for anything that's a anime game, and they're automatically trash or they're arena fighters. But the truth is, they do play differently, and they're different games. But the same argument could be said about any Sony single player game. Come on, bro. Anyway, regardless, the anime community also, and this is just a issue with the quality of the games, hasn't had any new creators pop up on the scene and sustain themselves. There were several people that popped up out of the woodwork thanks to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and all those people died down. Various creators making the perfection, the natural selection, diss track videos, the hate videos, expose videos. Where are they at now? Where are they at now? Where are they at now? Let's see if anyone's made a video. No, nobody. This month, nobody. This year, some YouTuber named Don Cooley even said, "This man warned us." But here's the thing, man. The reason why the anime gaming community is slowly crumbling is because it's not a community. It hasn't been a community. It's a bunch of nerds, losers who started making videos. Once they started getting some money, they might have been very passionate and they did their thing. Like 10 plus years ago, there were people out here, they liked what they were talking about. They were doing their thing. Like, I may not agree with half the stuff Rhymestyle says, but bro was passionate. C-Reacts was passionate. That man Afro was one of the most unique people in the anime gaming space back in like 2015. For several reasons. But even then, you want to know what happened? People saw how successful Afro was, and we got the Afro clones. A couple years back, I called them the Afro Senju clones, right? The people who were trying to replicate the success of Afro, and he created a bunch of clones, not literally or intentionally, just as a byproduct of being so successful. Of all the anime gaming peeps, we didn't, well, maybe we did and I just didn't catch it, but we didn't see a bunch of clones of Rhymestyle. We didn't see a bunch of clones for C-Reacts. We might have clones, but I didn't check for Nanogenics or even for Dado. But a lot of people see something that works and they try to copy the fuck out of it. So when the first wave of people, again, I know I call them nerds and whatnot, saw success, the second wave of people said, well, shit, man, They can do it. I can do it. I'm trying to make guap, get subs, all that shit. So when this second wave of people popped up, this is when the quality started to go down. And then with the third wave, the quality dropped more. And now you have a bunch of people in the community. But with more competition and these games not being super popular, on the creator side, it would honestly be a free-for-all, first come, first serve, and who already has an established community. Even at the time of today, you can count on finger what anime gaming creators have an established community where they're more likely to get good views whenever they post. Rhymestyle, C Reacts, Afro, Dado, Globku. Maybe there's some other more people, but generally when they post, their videos do good on their main channels. But for the people who have more fluctuation in their views, it only proves my point. They're not a destination, they're a pit stop. See, people are watching some of these people because they post the fast food content. They do this shit. It's kind of like a commentary channel, but worse. If you want to make views, cool. But coming to the anime gaming community to try to get popular in 2026 is the worst thing you could do. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Thankfully, I only watch bummy YouTubers like Michael Sand. Okay. 2026, I'll explain right now what's going to happen. Come that Dragon Ball event, if that game is something very exciting, you're going to have pre-existing channels like myself and some others who are going to talk about this game. If I'm talking about it, it means I'm excited. If I stop talking about it, it means I lost my excitement. That's the best way to put it. I'm going to talk about this game, give my 2 cents, all that shit, right? Videos all the time, right? Cool story. There's going to be people that never existed or their fan bases were so fucking small. They just start going crazy. Come that JJK CC. All right, look. That CC2 JJK game, if that ends up being real and it ends up being a Storm game, I will do a JJK speed run watch of all the seasons, and I will read the whole series. Oh yeah, come to think about it, Gojo dies. Oh yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'll be down for that. I'll read it in a heartbeat. But until that happens, we'll see. But with these games, we have a cycle. There are some notable YouTubers who know about the anime gaming cycle, but the anime gaming cycle is a very harsh, it's a very brutal cycle. So what essentially happens is, new anime game gets announced, your vultures repost the trailers, your content creator figureheads react to it, your smaller people start making the lower hanging fruit videos that can potentially get them views and some attention, and then you have maybe 1 or 2 stars. Okay? Anytime there is a new anime game, a major one, not one of those smaller tier ones, so not like One Piece, not like My Hero, I mean like Dragon Ball, Naruto, that shit, you always have a star or 2 content creator. Whether there's somebody who was like on the decline, but this shit started putting them back on the map, or a brand spanking new person, this person is going to be the figurehead or that person that you see often for this shit. And you're going to have your other anime people who are making content for it because, well, new is always better. It's just going to happen. And everyone's going to be initially excited that the announcement trailer made the game look the best that it ever will. People are going to talk about it, their expectations. I'm going to make a video. People are going to think I'm hating. They'll be like, oh my God, blah, 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 right? And people are going to say their favorite phrase. We got to wait until the game comes out, bro. It's still in development. They can improve it, even though damn well, after the millionth time of seeing the game, seeing the issue state it's in, calling it out, and people hit you with that, what is ultimately going to happen is that anything terrible we see with the game in that pre-release state, that is what it's going to look like in the end. And here's the crazy thing. When we initially saw Sparking Zero with the first trailer, with the gameplay and stuff, Sparking Zero was actually in a better state. It looked better than what it does now. How it played, how it flowed. It looked like it played at a smoother, slower pace than it does now. But regardless, there's going to be people out here making videos shilling the fuck out of the game. And I don't mean shilling like I'm excited for this game. No. I mean, anybody say anything bad about this game, man, I'm calling them out type shit. So, for instance, if somebody says this game looks terrible and they point out a obvious issue, the person that's dick riding this game is going to make like a video or whatever talking about how that person is wrong for no fucking reason. And then with all this happening, there's going to be drama. And with drama, I'm going to capitalize on it. Oh my God, this person told this person to get hit by a car because they said that this Naruto new game is just a clone of another game? Crazy. But with the major games, we saw that there's always been some form of drama. And then, once we get the gameplay, once people can get a chance to play, assuming Bandai lets people play early, they're going to let the big creators play. And crazy thing is, back in the day, it wasn't always just the big creators. But now, just be the big creators. They'd be like, hey, fly them out. We might get another wave of people going to events, trying to play the game at kiosks, pointing the camera at it to get gameplay. But hey, people will appreciate that. But then you're going to have vultures who just take, make a compilation of the gameplay, post that in a video, and hey, they get a bunch of views higher than you. Crazy. There won't be a beta of sorts for the game, even though we see even games like Marvel Tokon, newer games, Invincible. We see the Avatar game. It's going to also follow a similar path as this game. All do betas, test out all the waters just before the game releases. Nope, we're not going to see that for the next major anime game. And then when it comes out, it's going to have problems. People are going to complain. Some people are going to still love the game and say this game is the best thing since sliced bread. And then they're going to damage control. They're going to get mad at the people who are making genuine complaints and wanting things to get fixed. And they're going to tell them to go eat a mud pie. They need to stop complaining. X, Y, Z, yada, 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 what, yo? And then, after 2-3 weeks, the game dies down to its actual audience, which might be one big creator, maybe a few smaller creators, and just NPCs posting gameplay for the game. Just how we saw with Sparking Zero, Naruto, and to a huge degree with Hunter x Hunter. Now, the reason why we haven't had a golden goose for any major anime game is because of a couple problems. Number one, in 2015, you might have had on finger or on hand anime gamer channels. But they also were subgroups. You had your Naruto YouTubers and you had your Dragon Ball YouTubers. And traditionally, if you were a Dragon Ball head, you did not make a bunch of Naruto videos. And if you were a Naruto person, you didn't make a bunch of Dragon Ball videos. There was some overlap at times where somebody might make a video every now and again on Naruto. Somebody make a video on Dragon Ball. But it was never your content. Somehow this shit changed. And people who were traditionally Dragon Ball YouTubers just started posting everything under the sun, aka they had to rely on new is always better because they didn't create formats or anything unique to get people to watch them. Naruto YouTubers who played Storm and relied on that soon had to expand out to other avenues because, well, Storm died out. There are even YouTubers like OG Vex who used to do anime gaming stuff, became a Roblox YouTuber, started jester maxing because he needed money. But ultimately, when you're doing things for money and not because you actually care for them, eventually the truth gets exposed and your views just go crashing down, bruv. And I think that's where he's at. He might have recovered, did something different, but no, you know what? Let's check. OG Vex has since made a channel called OG Vex Anime Games. Now, on this channel, he hasn't posted in 2-3 months. Do you want to know why? Despite him probably having decent editing and everything, you're not seeing a video get over 1,000 within the last several months? Because he lost the fucking plot. OG Vex became a Roblox YouTuber. So all your old anime shit, you essentially have to treat this like a new YouTube channel. Who the fuck is watching you for general gameplay, rank match stuff? Nobody. So you need to create a format that's going to get people to pull in. Heck, even information videos is going to get people to pull in. But when you make these random ass videos, nobody watching. That's why one video, despite you having over 3,000 and having a big presence elsewhere, only managed to get 100 and so views. And then he even has another channel called OG Vex Roblox. I don't even know why. But notice, why is the Roblox channel getting more views than the anime channel? Because he's a Roblox YouTuber. And that's with only 8,000 subscribers. It's not showing me, but his last amount of views was that, totals that, whatever. He's been posting for the last 7 months on this channel. And if we go to the original OG Vex channel, he hasn't posted in the last 2 weeks. But again, that 8,000 channel is mogging the 3,000 channel for one reason. Because people went to his channel for a certain type of stuff. But regardless, right? OG Vex, he in the dumps. Whatever. Okay? But a lot of people in the anime gaming space, they eventually have quit. There's too much competition. There's too many people there. And they move on. But then there's going to be yet a new cast of characters that pull up, trying to do the same thing, rinse and repeat. The reason why it was easier for people to blow up back then is because there wasn't any competition, as I was getting at. People stayed in their lane. Now there's more competition. So what do you think people do? Oh, XYZ uploaded this shit. I don't have to watch that person. That's it. But what's been allowing people to still get views despite that is content creators making information videos, how-to videos, things that get people to pull up. This still does require the video game to be somewhat popular, but within the last couple of months, I seen somebody make videos for Sparking Zero that I just thought like that would never work. There's this guy named Zoku, and
Super Saiyan Blue.
I watched one of his videos, and here's the crazy thing. He made a video several months ago. It was 7 months ago, called he spent 10 hours learning this character to prove he's the best in this game. That video did 400,000 views. And he made a follow-up video. I spent 10 hours with Gohan Beast. That video did over 100,000. Then this man went on to disappear, and instead of doing that same style of video with another character, he does this fucking video with a mod character. So no Diamond DLC, no other thing. No, he does this with random shit. Still manages to get 69,000 2 months ago. So my point that I'm bringing home here is that it's not whether or not the games are fire or not, because it still managed to sell 5 million. It's the formats. The format of content is being overdone in the anime gaming community. Everybody makes the same style of format, which means it is going to be a lottery system. Once the algorithm knows who is your clientele, they're going to serve their videos to you. If people actually want to watch your videos, they're going to watch it. But when that format stops getting views, aka when a game comes out, you eventually start to crash and burn because you don't actually have a format that people are clicking on to watch you. Now notice how I put Sparking 010 hours and only he popped up. Because he's the only person in the Sparking community that has made that style of video. Now Lelouch made a similar video, but the difference is he didn't format I spent 10 hours. And I spent 10 hours it's not original. He didn't come up with this format. If you look up I spent 10 hours and we put Marvel Rivals, you're going to see that several people, YouTuber named Special, YouTuber named La Rivals, probably anyway, but we see multiple people from Marvel Rivals doing I spent 10 hours learning this to prove that they're XYZ in this game. That's the format. And that format, you have to actually do the content. You have to play prior, spend more time to work on that singular video. Thus, it's going to get views. Now, I guarantee if anybody wanted to become a YouTuber in the anime gaming space, you're going to have to work harder. You either can upload something different, you can upload more of the same shit other people are uploading, you can upload faster, or you can upload better. And I can tell you right now, if you're new to this, you're not going to upload better. You're not going to upload faster. So the only two formats that you can go about is uploading either something different or more. But your best bet is to try to upload something different and more of who may be the industry leader. Like if you decide to try to upload something different, only one person is posting that, but they're getting like endless amount of views, study why they get it and then try to replicate it. Because then you know something works when you look at different games. So I spent 10 hours learning, and then we'll put Overwatch. and we'll see if it replicated in this community too. Yep. And then we can even see if this works in a different genre of game. So we'll put Street Fighter. Somebody a year ago, I played 1 month of Street Fighter, boo boo gar. Becoming a pro Street Fighter player in 10 days. Nope. I got coached by the world champion and entered my first. No. But the idea is there. How good can you get in Street Fighter in 1 week? Not the idea. This is the idea. I spent 7 days mastering Chun-Li to see if she's as difficult as everyone thinks. So that's essentially the format, and that was from 7 months ago. No, I have not played Where the Winds Meet. Now this person made that video in different games. I spent 7 days. 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 Where he fucked up at is, I got early access to Chun-Li and Fatal Fury. So I spent 7 days to learning her. I think I had it on my my watch list. I spent 7 days learning Tekken 8 as a complete beginner. 36K. Now this person has over 100K, so it's hard to say if this is a popular format or if it's because people are already watching. But
I felt like I had a grasp.
prattle aside, if you're making content or you plan on making content for anime games going into 2026, the number one thing that you can do is try to be different. Try to target your audience. Try to be original. Try to do things not because it's going to get you views and subscriptions, but so that you can either express yourself or just stand out different in the community. I literally sat here and said some bullshit in regards to Lux Maxing or some shit earlier. You're not gonna hear another YouTuber talking about, like, you know, YouTube maxing or say anything cringe like that. You're not gonna hear another anime gaming YouTuber even mention Lux Maxing in that regard. And if they do, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be performative and start jester maxing, telling you, "Oh, bro, you know that YouTuber Clav or that content creator? Yeah, he's weird, bro. He's weird." Like, you're not gonna hear them give an opinion because they don't know about that. And they do, they're not. They're just not. There's no point. But anyway, the point is, be original. The anime gaming space is fucking dead because everybody and their mom is doing the same thing. In order to get out of that cycle, you have to do something different. You need to see what works elsewhere and do your own take on it. Heck, if I came back tomorrow playing Bleach Rebirth the Souls and you saw a video from me called I spent 10 days learning Ichigo in Bleach Rebirth the Souls, you're not gonna see nobody else and their fucking mom make that video. You're not gonna see that format because nobody, think about it, nobody in the anime game community had tried to replicate what Zoku did in Sparking Zero. Doesn't that make you wonder, why is that? Is that because most of these people are all doing the same fucking thing because they don't actually know how to make content? Instead, what they know how to do is activate the Sharingan and try to copy what else works. The closest you'll see to people actually put in work for a video is making a how-to, because the minute we change to like a format we see work in another community to a how-to, you're going to see a buttload of people who have made how-to videos. Huh. Why is that? Because how-to videos are another low-hanging fruit that you tend to see in a lot of video games, because that's just the way it is. And it's the easiest way to get views. If you started a YouTube channel, you didn't know what the fuck to do, and you don't have the skill set to do the format, whatever, you do how-to content. If you pulled up today and you started making how-to content on stuff that people already made months ago, people might check you out. It's actually a strategy I did for my other YouTube channel. I was making how-to content for a game that came out in 2003. A handheld game, and it wasn't in any current conversations. It was in nostalgic conversations, but it wasn't in any current conversations. How-tos are evergreen content, because as long as that game can be sold or people can play that game, that content has an opportunity to get viewed. But anyway, regardless, majority of the people in the anime gaming community do not make content differently. They all essentially make the same style of content. And another how-to, Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero. This man made a video 2 months ago for Sparking Zero. Has 2,000 subs. And the video is all advanced techniques in Sparking Zero you must master. He should probably get rid of the perfect vanish highlight. But the point is, how to. Globku made a video called How to Actually Defend in Sparking Zero. We got some other how-to videos. No more back shots. I ain't gonna lie. Crazy. And then we see Bro's videos again. What's going on with Dragon Ball? Dead. Canceled. Over. Hiatus. Okay, alright. This one's a little all over the all over. What's another game? Demon Slayer. Five months ago, beginner's guide. 5 months ago, tips and tricks, beginner's guide. How to combo 5 months ago. 5 key tips to improve. One easy. So don't you guys see a very weird pattern happening here? The anime community, and this is, again, this is no disrespect to anyone. This is an observation. People move in the anime community, anime gaming community, with like a sub 90 IQ score. They all essentially do the same thing. They see something work. They don't overanalyze it. And they're like, oh, pretty. I'm going to do the same thing. Because that's what I've been told works. So now this is going to sound kind of like a counterclaim to everything I've set up until this point. But I do believe, because of the fact that I also think that a lot of people in the anime gaming community have a sub 90 IQ score on average, you can actually grow in the anime gaming community if you keep several things in mind. Do not look at the trends that are happening in the anime, gaming community. Why? Because the trends will literally be 3 forms of content: discussion videos, how-to or evergreen content videos, and posting gameplay / trailers. Instead, before you even consider anime games, you should be thinking about what type of content creator do you want to be. If you want to be a commentator YouTuber, do you need to think about a format that you want to upload that's not dependent on that particular anime game, but utilizes that anime game to allow you to get more exposure for the format you're doing. So as an example, if you're somebody who wants to review anime games, you're not reviewing an anime game because you want those fans. You're reviewing an anime game because you are a journalist, you played the game, you want to talk about it. So you're essentially using that game as a vehicle for the content that you want to be known for, which is game reviews. Just how if you do movie reviews, if the new John Wick movie comes out, you're not reviewing a John Wick movie because you want John Wick fans. You're reviewing the movie because you want people who are fans of movie reviews. People didn't start watching The Game Theorist because he was a fan of a particular series.
This is the
Or whatever they call themselves nowadays. Instead, people were fans of The Game Theorist because of some of the most absurd theories. Thus, the name Game Theory. The theories, the amount of detail that went into these to speak about it, whether anything crazy came out of it, was engaging. And guess what? This is a form of commentary. It's a form of video essay. Commentary, video essay, it's a sub niche of that. The format then uses popular video games, crazy unanswered questions to then be able to create a vehicle to the viewer. The anime gaming community is dead because the content creators who are on the rise, or the ones who just haven't been able to get a leg up, they're not making content by funneling it to creators. They're making content because they just want to get views and attention. So, like, as an example, right? Okay. C-React started his run on YouTube over 10 years back. He's a Dragon Ball guy. People regard him as a Dragon Ball creator. Vast amounts of his content back then were reviews for the Dragon Ball Super anime. He didn't start at episode 1. He didn't start at episode 5. He started at episode 30 plus for Super. Different skits, talking about some shit. But you want to know what eventually got him? Him just making content. Then when he saw Dragon Ball Xenoverse, he started making content. Now back then, everybody and their mom, surprise I know, weren't really spamming rank match videos. And even if they made rank match videos, those were getting pretty good video views. After which, bro got into the Xenoverse 2 train. So bro started talking about Xenoverse again. The format that now is overdone. Was talking about the anime game. Playing a game. All these things would then eventually lead our bro to get to 100K. Now, I will admit that there's not like a buttload of channels talking about games because they're under the belief system that anime game discussions are just ass. But I bring up C-Reacts to basically say, hey, look, even though bro started off in a community for Dragon Ball, we are still seeing bro make content for things that aren't always Dragon Ball. And you don't see him doing the same format as, say, another person. Well, it's a little different here because once you get to a certain point, you become more of a personal brand. Once you're a personal brand, people watch your content because they fuck with you. More so than just what you're known for. Sirax is known for the Dragon Ball stuff, but that didn't stop him from playing South Park. And these are recent. It didn't stop him from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! He used the formats that he became popular on, and he continuously funnels that to continuously funnel it to the viewer. And that's what works. Anime gaming channels that utilize the discussion for news, when the news runs out, that's it. Sure, they can start talking about another anime game, but if that anime game doesn't have the same amount of anticipation, the views are a reflection of that. And just like C-Reacts, we also see Dado and some others do something similar. Dado's playing Digimon. They all hopped on that Yu-Gi-Oh! Fighters mod. We saw the aura. We saw how fire it was. Ooh. But Dado started off as somebody who was a fighters channel, analyzing that shit. Basically, FGC guy, air quotes. And we see what he does now. But the formats that he utilizes is a funnel system that he was able to utilize to the audience, and people come back for more. But initially, his videos were analyzing, analysis videos. Again, commentary, maybe news in regards to a brand spanking new game. So why is it, and this is like one of the more newer people who got to 1 million in the anime gaming community, how is it that Dado was able to get to 1 million within the last 7-8 years? Yeah. Versus somebody who might have talked about Sparking Zero, might have been one of the main people. Well, I think because he kept going. He wasn't just the one-trick pony. He wasn't just making content on this and that's it. I think people enjoyed the formats that he put out because we could sit here and we could look at some of the videos he made, like how to deal with zoning, spamming, and Fighters. Fighters was a highly anticipated game, and he capitalized on it. Sparking Zero was a highly anticipated game, but things changed. Bandai doesn't want anything to do with smaller creators. They pick and choose who get the game early. They don't do betas. Basically, for all intents and purposes, you have to cross your fingers and hope that you get a chance. But ultimately, these guys utilized anime games with formats they started and or were able to curate, plus couple that with their own brand. Because just building subscribers doesn't guarantee that you could do the same thing these guys do and get views. If I were to sit here and say, try to replicate a video and say, Bleach is hype, do I think people are going to click that video in the same regard as how they click Dado's? No. If I made a video titled, You Guys Aren't Ready and then it's a picture, you think people are gonna watch it? Maybe, but people come here because I discuss this shit. I'm still a small channel, and I'll be frank, I don't enjoy Sparking Zero in the past to make content on it. I didn't enjoy Bleach Rebirth the Souls to continuously make content for it. Does that mean I hate these games? No, it's just me saying, look, I'm not going to do something just because it'll get me views. If I don't like it, I'm not going to force it. And I think that makes it real. If I give it another chance, hey, everybody deserves a second chance. But we'll see. But like I said, the anime gaming community is still freaking in the mud. Anime games are typically looked at as easy mode for content creation. People kind of think, oh man, this is easy to talk about this. For instance, right? Dragon Ball game. I don't even know what that event is. But the event that's happening at the end of this month, look at all the videos. All the videos. All the videos. All the videos. Right? Discussion is a unique perspective. If I'm talking to you guys about something, right? People are going to have a difference of opinion of it, and they're going to engage or speak about different aspects. So discussion is a unique experience. But the problem is, at some point, you just sit there like, okay, I don't really care about what bro has to say. You know, IGN talked about it. GameFAQs talked about it. GameSpot, I meant. Kind of Funny Games brought it up. It's good enough. There's people like that. And I don't need too many. If there's 26,000 different people doing the same thing, at what point do you just sit there and say, what, yo? In here, right? And in other industries where there's people that talk about this, like I'm looking at Final Fantasy, right? Believe it or not, there's not a lot of people who make consistent discussions for Final Fantasy games or just Final Fantasy in general. Why is that? It's just the way it is.
RE2, we are back.
Just the way it is. Which reminds me, I probably should make a video. What up, Kenny? Now, back to my point. Anime gaming community is not thriving due to a lack of video games. The last major anime game that was announced, if we want to be charitable, was Demon Slayer. Bleach. But in truth, it was Sparking Zero. Prior to Sparking Zero, the last major anime game that got announced was Jump Force. Jump Force came out in 2019. Sparking Zero came out in 2024. It could be the case that we only get a game that excites a lot of people every 5 years. If that ends up being the case, then shit, man, I don't know. Now, we know that's not necessarily true because prior to Jump Force, we had fighters. Prior to fighters, we had... What's the other game? Storm 4. But even then, these games have a 2, maybe 3 week time span before they die down. Xenoverse 1 and 2 did fairly well because I remember these games came out after a week. I was still playing this game. After 2 weeks, I was still playing this game. Still people struggling with a lot of shit. The RNG and the drop rates for shit for the missions were so terrible that a month into playing Xenoverse 1 in 2015, there were still loads of videos being posted. There's still people looking for stuff posted. Why is that? Because there was a loop that was being created. You had an anticipated game, something challenging, people can't find the answer, so they go search for it on YouTube. Do it, can't find the answer, search for it on YouTube. This isn't happening with newer anime games. This happened initially with Sparking Zero because new game, everybody's looking forward to it. But after the millionth person posted a how-to for the fucking game, and on top of that, the game just started dwindling down because it was easy. See, people wasn't struggling and thus continue looking for answers. No, they struggled very littly, searched up, got their answer, and they didn't have to come back. The anime gaming cycle is now dictated by if a game does a good balance with that flow. If a game is too easy, YouTubers will suffer. If the game is too hard, and it can never be too hard, YouTubers will thrive. Keeping that in mind, ask yourself this. Who is the last YouTuber in the anime gaming space that went from like 0 to like a high sub count in a short time frame and they're still posting? And they're getting good views. Probably not going to have an answer. Because it doesn't happen. We're not getting those anime games that are being made. We're getting games that are made for sub 90 IQ score players. Those people who don't want to sit there and have to learn something, struggle with something, the people they want to get the money out of, get the game and keep it moving, those are the people that they make games for anime games. One aspect about, say, games like Elden Ring or the Dark Souls genre, those games are so fucking hard that anytime somebody decides to play that game and they start struggling, what do you think they're going to go do? They're going to type in YouTube, Elden Ring, how to beat. And then they're going to type in the character's name. Elden Ring came out a while back, and it's for this reason we still have videos of people posting Elden Ring. Guy made a video called How to Master Elden Ring's combat. Several videos, just straight how to. Why can he do this? Because Elden Ring has a learning curve that is much higher. And when you have something that has a higher learning curve, you're going to have people looking for help. Just think about some of the hardest subjects in school. And with the internet and YouTube at your disposal, you're more prone to search for that content. Before the days of YouTube, you had people going to tutors, purchasing books, going to the library to study more, thus either taking books out. Whatever the case may be, a resource was being utilized much more because of a difficulty or a bottleneck that was occurring. Anime games in the past had a small bottleneck, but they also had a quicker release schedule. So You might have had something that was genuinely challenging for a little bit. Eventually, people beat it, keep moving. Xenoverse had a bottleneck of something just taking too long. You did a dozen times, nothing's popping up, so people get confused. They go look to see how does something happen. They watch the video, they replicate it. It's not working. Go watch another video, try to replicate it. It's not working. Because you either have a feedback loop of you try to do something after you find an answer and it doesn't work, or it's hard to do it even though you're given the right answer. If a person was desperate to become rich and they searched up how to become rich videos, they might watch the first, second video. But if they don't get rich in a certain amount of time frame, they're going to keep going till they are satisfied, or they either give up or they become rich. But I mentioned Elden Ring because Elden Ring came out a while back and there's still people getting views. Again, I'm just searching. Can you beat Elden Ring as Incredible Gassy? Crazy. I think that was a meme. Another video. How to easily beat this person. This was 3 years ago when the game came out, right? The guides. Elden Ring Ultimate New to Pro Guide. That was a year ago. 3 years ago. 2 years, and like these are like crazy views. Elden Ring new top 5 best builds, get OP early. This guy has sub 100k and that has over 100,000. So I bring this all up to basically say, look, the anime games problem is that there's no feedback loop for the creators. So from a community standpoint, a game will come out 2 weeks later, people already beat the game, everything has happened, and that's it. And nobody has to interact with the online aspect of it. And they'll interact with their content creators they're invested in, not the ones that are trying to get people to be invested in them. So you either have to resort to creating unique formats that is going to drive viewers to you, or you got to pray there's a feedback loop. So this is why when anime games die down, even if you're an established creator, unless you have brand recognition and you have developed that, your views also go down. Because there's no feedback loop. Nobody has to watch your content at the moment. This happens with every game, but if a game like Elden Ring, there's still people making videos like that, still getting crazy views, it's because it's a feedback loop. It's a popular game. And the same thing can probably be said about Fortnite. And I just put Fortnite how to beat. It might be a little bit different. We might actually see like bigger creators. I'll just put how to, so that way it's like a little Fortnite for Dummies, Ultimate New Player Guide. How to play Fortnite for beginners 3 years ago. How to fight like a pro, 23 tips. And these are like simple shit, right? But if a person decided, I still want to make anime gaming videos, understanding that the feedback loop's not there, and they want to make the videos in the same way that the other people in the community make them, then they're setting themselves up for failure. And if they don't understand this, they'll eventually crash and burn, which we tend to see. See, when they're up, they get a ego, respectable, or they actually get a absurd ego. They think they the shit, views are up, everything's good. But the real person comes out when the views are down. They disappear and you never hear from them. You know who they are. If the views go down and they decide to finally change the format and they go crazy, well, you know you're thinking proactively and not reactively. But anyway, the problem with the anime gaming community is the lack of releases. So when you lower that feedback loop or you demolish it, and then you make it to where you don't release games in a timely fashion, you essentially destroy the community, because now what are they going to do? New game comes out, play it for a bit, it dies down. And then nobody needs to know how to do anything in the game, no crazy stuff. So only people who are utilizing it for a format or your big creators can play that game and get attention. But then the big creators don't want to play it because then they get bored of it, and thus the popularity and interest of that game comes crumbling down. Happened with Sparking Zero. We still see people posting it, not saying it's bad or anything. And again, I demonstrated that utilizing the format, a person get a buttload of views. But the general gameplay format, boom, garbage, because the feedback loop ain't there anymore. Bleach Rebirth the Souls, same thing. My Hero, game not even out, but I'll even demonstrate what I'm talking about when that game comes out. So even if Bandai said, you know what, guys, we're going to start releasing games in every other year for a major game that does decent, you're still going to have the problem of the loop. Because if the game doesn't have a loop that forces players to seek help or get stuck, then the content creators aren't going to grow. Yes, you're going to always have your how to play with this character, how to utilize this character, because, you know, when the game first comes out, somebody might be, like, most people are going to want to look up the best way to play with a character. It just is what it is. It'll get views. How to do the mechanics and stuff. But at some point, people aren't going to be looking for that. And then the game is mastered, and thus it's over. It's over. So, feedback loop lowered. Release schedule is too long. And you end up with a community of people crossing their fingers anytime any whispers of a new anime game coming out is true, because they desperately need a new anime game so they can make content and do the same exact thing as everyone else, rinse and repeat, and there we are. And again, if you are coming into this community, I urge you, if you're not going to be different, go away. If you're going to do what everybody and their mom is doing, you're going to only suffer, and eventually you're going to leave in a half body bag, wishing that you didn't waste all your fucking time making videos for anime community, telling everybody, oh, YouTube is suppressing my views. YouTube doesn't fuck with me, bro. YouTube hates me. YouTube doesn't. No, look, it's not YouTube. The community sucks because YouTube, what it does is, you start uploading videos, YouTube looks at your content, who it best serves, and it serves it to them. If your video bangs, it will push it to more people. If your video is very niche and it can only be served to a certain type of people, it's not gonna be able to push it to a lot of people. Or if there's too many negative trends, or if, unfortunately, if you were a variety channel and you have different types of people looking at your content, it's gonna fuck up the potential. The potential is not going to be there. Now, as an example, right? I'm in the back end of my video that I posted for JJK. This video got 18,000 impressions, and it has a 5% view click-through rate, which, whatever. But if that video had 10 times the impressions, keeping that same percentage, I would have 10 times the viewership, assuming that click-through rate stayed roughly the same. I posted a Gotcha Gutta video, whatever fuck. This has 35,000 impressions. but it has a 7.6 click-through rate. This video managed to get 3,000 and some change. Small channel, but point is, the impressions is going to be the major thing that gets people to click. And some people understand this, other people don't understand this. They think YouTube is out to get them. They think YouTube is the villain. I posted a video, this was back in November. This video got 90,000 impressions. It's pretty cool. But impressions can be based off a couple things. Let's see. Before everybody and their mom started spamming this, right? I posted a video for Sparking Zero, which was a Bleach modding. This thing had 364K impressions, which led me to get over 30,000 views. Anyway, the point is that if you just try to do what everybody else is doing, unless it's very successful, you're not going to get a lot of impressions. Because what YouTube does is that it's going to push your videos to those people. Unless that video does fairly well, it's not going to push it to a broader audience. If your videos have niche appeal, it's going to get a niche response. If your videos have more broad appeal, YouTube's going to push it out more. Push it out more. Let me see. Down. But that's just the way it is. And your community and what type of videos you make can dictate this. And if you don't understand this, you can fuck yourself over. So, prattle aside, to recap, the anime gaming community is dying. Too many people are copying each other. Too many people are vultures in a community. Very few people in a community are going to be successful. The only people that are successful are the established creators, because they came into this prior to this becoming a problem, a huge problem. It's always been a case that we don't get a bunch of anime games, but anime games in the past at least came out more frequently, and they had established communities because of it. And on top of that, they had feedback loops that ensured that people were interacting and entertaining this shit online. Even though we live in a world of streamers and people can meet new people due to streaming, it has not helped the anime gaming community immensely. Instead, the anime community often grows because of new shit or original shit that has been proven to work. We don't see too many people trying to think outside of the box when it comes to content for the anime gaming space, because they don't have to. If they did, then we would see who are actually creators and who are not. Do I believe that you're a creator if you talk about something? Sure, yeah. But do I think you're a creator if you just simply, I don't know, take from others and post it as if it's your own? That one, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. But, again, if you're somebody who desperately wants to make anime gaming content, I will tell you right now, your best bet is to look at a pre-existing anime game. If it's a fighting game, some genre, look at very, very popular, successful YouTubers who make content in the same genre that you're trying to make content in. Like if you want to be a fighting game YouTuber, look at various fighting game YouTubers and the formats that bang crazy. Understand how they bang. Also study outliers. Outliers in that space or just in general will give you a much better idea as to why something works, and then utilize that by playing games of that genre. I seen a small YouTuber make Pokemon videos. Pokemon is one of the most oversaturated games on YouTube. But what's not oversaturated, or people often appreciate these videos, is video essays. So for instance, I spent 100 hours in Pokemon, and that's all I'm gonna search up. I'm gonna look into it again. I thought it came out already, but I spent 100 hours in Pokemon. So what comes up? I have somebody first thought by the name of Indotro, and this guy he has 61k subscribers. He has not uploaded in the last 2 months. I watched his content before, but essentially his videos are, his most popular videos were, I spent 100 hours in Pokemon XYZ, here's what happened. 30, sometimes an hour long video in regards to this. I spent 100 hours in this game to feel something. Video essays go crazy. Then I go over, there's a person named Zwago. Zwago, another person that has been doing this. So you go to his videos and you see 100 completing Legend ZA made me go crazy. So that's another version of the I spent, because oftentimes these videos people will 100% the game and do a bunch of stuff. But his most popular videos, guess what? I played this game for 100 hours. Here's what happened. His most popular video is a ROM hack off of a Pokemon game. Another video. I spent 100 hours in Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux. It was insane. Hour-long video. So, something could be extremely oversaturated. But if you find a format that works, then you often will find a way to create content to give you a chance to get exposure. So for instance, I searched up, I spent 100 hours in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Same person made a video 3 years ago. Another person made a video a year or 2 years ago. Another person made a video, the darkest Pokemon game you've never played. Now that's we know what they are. It's 20 hours in this. But how to get Pokemon XG, I don't know what the fuck that is. But I played Pokemon Fire Red for 100 hours. Here's what happened. How quickly can you complete Professor Oak's challenge in XD Gale of Darkness? The point that I'm trying to home in on is, it doesn't matter if you are a big creator or a small creator. If a format go crazy and you capitalize on this shit, people gonna watch. But if there are a million different people that are doing it, and or it doesn't take long to create this format, yeah. So I wasn't gonna get it because I wasn't a fan of Legends ZA. I mean Legends Arceus, so I wasn't gonna bother with Legends ZA. There's people out there that enjoyed it, but then I watched a couple videos where people complained about it. Said it was like very like lazy. They could have did better. But again, the point is, I'm even seeing videos unrelated to Sonic where bro said, I played blah, blah, blah 100 hours, or I did this, blah, 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 right? And trends or formats can be dependent on the year, in which case that you try to do something. Like this year, there could be a new format that people start utilizing in the gaming space that you might be able to jump on early and blow up from, and then use that as a jump off point to do more personal brand stuff on top of doing other content creation stuff. Basically, a lot of people in the anime gaming space want to blow up, but the sheer amount of work that they're actually doing is nothing compared to other YouTubers who are sitting there actually making or doing stuff. YouTube is a platform, and despite that, the reason why the anime game community is suffering is because we're not a community. We're a combination of people who are all trying to gain at the expense of others, trying to be the first. There are people who are genuinely probably cool with each other in this community, but as a whole, this community is very fractured. It's being held together with tape, and one crazy storm will have it completely fall apart. So I personally think the anime gaming community is dead because it's not a community. And the only thing that can fix this and it becomes a community are the companies who are developing these games start actually putting care and love into the games. These games aren't being made to be simple cash grabs how they always were. The original way that they cash grabbed was release games in a quick succession, but now they utilize DLC. They make the games way too simplistic so they can capitalize on the game as well as post-game DLC. Then they drag it out for years, use less money versus creating a brand spanking new game, and then they either never bring a new game out or they eventually make a new game and it has the same exact problem or sometimes worse. Yes, they improve systems, but they often have been making games with the casual, the super casual in mind, so they can get into the game, so then they can milk them for DLC. Ultimately, if the anime game wants to survive, if the community wants to survive, these games have to change. The community eventually is going to be soulless. Bandai is going to continue making money because, again, the people in the community have sub 90 IQ. Even when they point out the problem, they're still going to dive into it. There's people out there that complained about the Hunter x Hunter game prior to it coming out and still bought the game at full price to then complain. No, there's people out there that complained about other games, bought the game at full price. Even if you identify the problem, if you bought the game, gave money, you're contributing. So ultimately, I say all this to pretty much say, hey, look, we gotta be different. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't want the anime gaming community to be my end-all be-all. That's not what I'm striving to do here. I created a YouTube channel to be able to expand outward. Talk about other video games. Make different styles of videos. See what happens. Build up a community. Not make videos to get money. And when Bleach Rebirth of Souls was coming out and I was posting gameplay and stuff, you feel kind of soulless doing it. Sure, oh my god, it's the Bleach guy, cool, but you do something, it works, and then everybody and their fucking mom does it. And then you realize nobody's actually watching you for you. They're just watching because, well, you just so happened to do it that one time. With some of these other formats where it takes so much of your time to create the video, unless we get to a point where people can crank out these videos like crack, you're going to have more people engage with these videos in an honest manner versus, oh, this was served to me, you're just a random. But anyways, I prattled on for a while. Pretty much, again, anime gaming community to me is simply dead. It doesn't feel like a community. It doesn't feel like I could reach out to like some creators, be like, hey, what's up? There are a few people there for sure, but sometimes it feels like it's just a barren wasteland, man. And hey, maybe the next anime game would be so fire and hype that it might make the community sustain and stay together at least a little longer. This is Soul Illuminati Gaming. I was confused. I was like, wait, Soul Illuminati main channel? He was struggling to get over 100K? Stop. Let me stop. But anyway, so that's it. That's it for the stream. I just wanted to prattle on a bit about something. Also, kind of to give a little bit of practice when it comes to streaming, since I'll be real, I have not been streaming and I got to get back into that flow. But yeah, once we get a new anime game, what I plan on doing is using that as a funnel system off of the jump to then experiment with other formats. That was my problem in the past with Sparking Zero and to some extent Bleach. So I will be using the next opportunity as a jumping point, and then we'll see where we go. But if you guys want to keep up with all things Makai, then subscribe to me here, follow me on Twitter, and if you want to check out some of the other channels, well, we got the other channel, Mr. Zermac, which is just Makai backwards. If that doesn't interest you, we got Makai. We got the other channel. So I haven't posted over here in a bit, but this is more for the RPG stuff. So we got different places, but the best way to reach me is always going to be Twitter. Yeah, the multiverse, man. But it's really just trying to create the Makai brand, if you will. Because eventually, like, if one of these things blow up, it's going to be like, damn, I know that guy. So, anyways, all right, I'm out of here. I'm about to chillax, probably watch some streams, and then go to bed. All right, peace.